Wait a minute, I got a mouthful of nuts.
Good thing I got that on tape.
Mm.
I got a mouthful of nuts.
I got a mouthful of nuts. Yeah. I'm eating some dry roasted peanuts over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm snacking.
Are you salted?
Huh?
Are you salted or honey roasted or what?
Honey roasted.
Yeah, I like honey roasted.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let us all welcome you to News of the Squared. News you can use, news you can't, and news that'll hopefully make you laugh and maybe scratch your head and go, what? All of that is news that can be found on and stories that usually can be found on our Squares of the Roundtable podcast page on Facebook. With me, of course, is Ivan Rivera.
Hey, how's it going? And, of course, with us is Mike.
Hey!
Now he sounds
That's
like
great.
he's got a mouthful of nuts.
Do my
yeah.
Phil Hartman Frankenstein. That's my...
Oh, Phil Hartman Frankenstein.
I thought that was Fat Albert he was doing.
And we also get things from our correspondent, the one and only Scott.
Scott!
Scott. Happy vacation.
All right. Where do you maybe Scott would run into one of these. Although he's on the wrong coast for this. This story is from the San Francisco the sfgate.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we could start here this week. Feral peacock divides Oakland neighborhood.
Feral peacock.
The colorful new bird neighbor has incited a next door battle for the ages. Apparently, down in a short cul-de-sac in North Oakland, an unusual blue and green feathered neighbor has recently moved into someone's yard. His name is Bruce, or Paco, or Peter, or Pierre, or Abram. Apparently, it's difficult to settle on a name for the neighborhood peacock. Most neighbors are fans of the peacock, saying that the sight of him brings joy to the monotony of life during this quarantine. But a few, his presence is hell on earth, and they've taken to next door to voice their complaints. For the past 15 weeks or so, he has screamed relentlessly every single day, wrote neighbor Jesse T. Quote, "It's so loud, my inside of my house literally feels like he is inside my house. It got so bad 2 months ago, I had to move out of my street-facing bedroom into the middle bedroom storage room. I've been sleeping on the floor on a camping air mattress ever since. I still get woken up at 4, 5, and 6 a.m. many mornings."
It's like Kevin from Up.
Apparently, the city of Oakland has received a noise complaint about the peacock and has sent animal control to the block to investigate. No action was taken to relocate the bird. He is believed to be feral and rumored by neighbors to be the same peacock that lived in a nearby location for 4 years prior until residents who fed him moved. The peacock is not the first critter to get bold during quarantine. In Oakland's Grand Lake neighborhood, a wild turkey named Gerald has been terrorizing visitors at Morcon Rose Garden. And in San Francisco, apparently coyotes have been capitalizing on empty streets, frolicking in yards, and even scaling rooftops.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
So apparently, wacky stuff happening over in... but apparently the peacock is being annoying in Oakland.
I remember seeing them at the Bronx Zoo when I went to New York, and yeah, they're crazy birds, man. They can get up in your grill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Kung Fu Panda too. I know what they're possible.
That's like seeing them for real.
Yeah, he pissed off for real life. Mean. He was going to kill Poe. What the hell? What? That's how I know they're mean. What do you want from
Everything
me?
I learned about wildlife, I learned from cartoons.
Kung Fu Panda, absolutely.
Yeah, that roadrunner is a really fast bird.
Yep.
And that wolves and coyotes are stupid.
No, coyotes just shouldn't order it from Acme.
That's right. Get the brand name shit.
Yeah, seriously, get the good stuff.
Speaking of brand name shit,
Yeah.
Right.
Burger King is staging an intervention with its cows. Now, the chain has rebalanced the diet of some of the cows by adding lemongrass in a bid to limit the bovine's contribution to climate change. By tweaking their diet, Burger King said Tuesday that it believes it can reduce a cow's daily methane emissions by about 33%. Cows emit methane as a byproduct of their digestion, and that has become a potential public relations hurdle for major burger chains. Now, greenhouse gas emissions, this is no joke, Ivan. This is serious shit. I mean, literal serious shit.
Yeah, this is kind of a gas, but all right, I understand.
Boy, that's something we can air out, right?
Greenhouse gas emissions from the agriculture sector make up 9.9% of the total U.S. greenhouse gas emissions in 2018, according to the EPA. Mm-hmm. Of that amount, methane emissions from livestock comprised more than a quarter of the emissions from the agriculture sector. So with an over-the-top social media campaign that teeters between vulgarity and science, sprinkled in with more vulgarity, Burger King is banking on a heightened awareness of climate change and its responsibility to limit its own role.
Okay, now...
Wait, they won't have any more rolls?
Burger King still... Doesn't Burger King still do the... Didn't he do the cross-merchandise with Cinnabon?
Oh, maybe they do. I just meant that... Okay, they're not going to serve it on buns?
No.
Because they said no rolls,
No more, yeah. They're limiting the rolls.
Got it.
Okay,
I don't know how that helps with that, though.
But here's my thing, though. Okay, they talk about the emissions on cows. What about the emission on people?
Cow farts?
People farts.
No, cow farts are worse than people farts unless they go to Taco Bell.
Right. Well, they have to change the menu. Maybe that'll help the cow farts, is the Taco Bell new menu.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this.
No, I'm not.
No.
I am not happy about the new
So
Taco
anyway,
Bell menu.
2 years ago, McDonald's said it was taking steps to cut the greenhouse gases it emits. And it tweaked the manner in which the beef and the Big Macs and Quarter Pounders were produced. Now, the company said at a time that it expected the change to prevent 150 million metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions from being released into the atmosphere by 2030. So Burger King has worked with scientists at the Autonomous University at the State of Mexico and at the University of California, not where the maybe where the University of California is where the peacock is. So to test and develop its formula of adding 100 grams of lemongrass leaves to the cow's daily diets. Now, preliminary tests indicate that the lemongrass leaves help the cows release less methane as they digest their food.
So it kind of acts as a pugante for the cows, so that way they don't let out as much gas.
Yes. And on Tuesday, Burger King introduced its reduced methane emissions beef Whopper. Made with beef sourced from cows that emit reduced methane. Jeff, are you a Big Mac or a Whopper guy?
I'm more of a Big Mac guy.
Yeah. Ivan?
I'm a Whopper guy occasionally. I like a good Whopper.
I mean, given a choice.
Every so often.
Given a choice, Big Mac or Whopper, what do you take?
Well, I'm kind of Big Mac down to a Whopper. I'd have to go with Whopper.
Yeah, me too. I'd go for the Whopper. I don't like the Big Mac.
Yeah.
I don't dig the special sauce. It's not for me.
No. Well,
so now the Whopper with the reduced emissions Whopper.
Reduced emission Whopper.
I understand why Ivan doesn't want this. I understand why Ivan doesn't want the special sauce. He's got nuts in his mouth. I totally understand.
Honey roasted peanuts, for clarification.
Yes. What?
What do you feed a feral peacock? Do you feed it a Whopper or a Big Mac?
I don't know, but I'm positive it's there. That's how we find out. Maybe that's what the squawking's about. Okay, feral methane emission.
Climate change.
Never mind that there's these things called planes, and if we took less of them, anyway. All right.
Thought we did that now
Yeah.
with the Rona.
Oh, well, maybe. So speaking of the Rona, who needs fake? This is from the Daily Mail. Who needs fake IDs? Teenagers dress up as senior citizens with face masks to buy alcohol from liquor stores.
I totally would have done
trend
this.
sweeping.
Totally would have done
TikTok.
this if I was a teenager here during the Rona.
U.S. teens are dressing up as senior citizens to buy alcohol from liquor stores. TikTok users wear face masks to add to the effect and cover their face. Someone is far to wear plastic gloves under the guise of being hygienic. The video escapades have been shared on TikTok, and users are swapping tips. So apparently, you know what? I
would have done it.
I'd have done it. I'd have done it too.
Hell,
Jeff would have done it without a mask. You just
Well. I wouldn't have had to grow facial hair at that point.
You have to have a cane.
Yeah. I've got the old Jewish guy accent now. What? What do you want? Oh, my hip hurts. Just give me the fucking thing. Come on, let's go.
Man, I've got a schwitz at 3:00.
Oh, got any toilet paper? Not to stuff that one. That hurts.
Give my sugar now. I ain't gonna pay these prices.
I'm not paying this shit. What are you nuts?
Yeah, get out of here.
What do you know?
This is
funny,
hilarious.
Bastard?
The photos of the young people, and they dressed up like their grandmas.
Well, the problem is they're dressed up and they don't look like. It's like it. I mean, I'm like looking at the picture, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, this looks kind of obvious that they're not a kid, that they're not grandma.
Well, obviously with the mask down, you can tell.
Right. Well, even a little bit with the hair and stuff. I mean, this is a little over the top.
Suppose you get one of Grandma's blue wigs or something.
Right.
One of her ruffled shirts, maybe.
I mean, the babushka's a little much.
And the shawls and
with the shawl over the
and the terribly printed skirts, with the socks that are kind of just.
Well, and the worst part is how they're getting all this stuff. They're going to the thrift store and finding all the old crappy old people clothes,
right,
for practically nothing, and doing it.
Disguise. So, yeah. I'm a master of disguise, like Dana Carvey.
I'm a master of disguise. Yes. Let's see. So they're in fairness, we haven't really talked about the story, but yeah. So they're posting these on putting white powder in their hair, changing their clothes to make their appearances look older, and they're taking advantage of. Well, I wonder how much of this is they're not. See, because here's the thing. Maybe it's because we live in Illinois. We were one of those states where it was like, okay, there's the big, gigantic red background and the thing that says under 21, plastered everywhere.
Maybe there's some places that don't card.
Right.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. Maybe, I guess. Around here,
all the the mom and pop convenience stores and whatnot. And if you're convincing enough, then they'll say, obviously she's,
Maybe they're so desperate for money, they're just not caring anymore.
Well, that was my thought. That was my thought too,
well,
Ivan.
In all honesty, last time I bought beer, I didn't get carded. Because, the liquor stores are busier than ever now. Alcohol consumption's on the rise because everyone's sitting at home doing nothing. So people want to get in and out of the checkout fast. So they'll find places that aren't carding, that aren't enforcing the card rule.
Yeah, because they're busy selling.
That's not true, Mike. There are people doing things. They're listening to feral peacocks squawk at 4, 5, and 6
and they're eating methane emission-safe Whoppers.
They make emission-free Whoppers.
Yes. Reduced emission Whoppers.
Why would you... Can I have the one that doesn't have the emission-free? Is that less money?
I'd like a cheap Whopper.
I want a Whopper with lots of farts.
If I don't want any of that stuff, does it cost less?
Yeah, right.
I'd like one partless Whopper, please.
Yeah. The news of the Impossible Whopper is all gone now. No one cares about the Impossible Whopper anymore.
I heard they were doing an Impossible Fried Chicken for KFC now.
Oh, my God.
Or they're going to. What's the point of that?
Well, you know what?
It's
just like
tasting chicken flavored product that's not meat.
Right. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
it's green stuff turned into.
Here's the part I don't understand. Here's the part I don't get.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to make an Impossible Whopper, why does it have to taste like meat?
Like, can it taste like plants?
Why can't it taste good?
Then I'll
but
just
not
have a
taste
salad.
Like meat?
There it could be a salad Whopper.
Well, but there's ways you could do it and it would taste good. It doesn't have to taste like a burger. I mean, people want it to taste like a hamburger. It's like, but it's not a hamburger.
It's a green burger.
It's a freaking veggie burger or whatever the hell you want.
It's a veggie burger is what it is. Basically,
why?
it's a byproduct, you know? It's like...
That's the part I was laughing about. It's like...
Stuff.
It's like, okay, you're a vegan. You're eating a veggie burger. How do you know what a good burger tastes like? You're a vegan.
Right. So what difference does it make?
Yeah, who cares? I don't
know,
get it.
I don't either.
So anyway, yeah. Apparently they're doing this and they're posting it all over TikTok, and people are doing this, and
that's great.
They're getting away with it, and
I love it.
It looks like it doesn't say. It seems like this is an American thing. This isn't happening in Britain, but this is from the Daily Mail. Thank you, Ivan. That was great. Awesome.
At least there was reduced
so there's
emissions.
There's that. What do you got, Mike?
This one from WGN. This one's out of San Diego. Apparently, we got a Karen here. Karen alert. I think that's our new segment here for News of the Squared. It's a Karen alert.
Karen alert.
California woman took to social media to criticize a Starbucks barista for refusing to serve her because she didn't have on a mask.
Okay.
And the barista ended up getting $100,000 in donations.
Yay!
So now...
So just to be clear to Ivan, the Karen went on Facebook bitching about this person, about the barista. The barista got $100,000.
And she wanted half the money.
Now the spurned customer wants half of that money. And she's threatening to sue to get it.
Is she serious? Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Really?
Come on.
Her name is not Karen. Her name is Amber Gills. Says she posted a photo of barista Lennon Gutierrez after he asked her to wear a mask at Starbucks. The caption reads, "Meet Lennon from Starbucks, who refused to serve me because I'm not wearing a mask. Next time, I will wait for cops and bring a medical exemption." The post exploded online, and a GoFundMe to raise tip money for Gutierrez surpassed $100,000.
And of course, if I'm not mistaken, that medical paperwork included something that had nothing to do.
Yeah,
with
we're getting to that.
Oh, okay.
So Gills claims that she has medical problems preventing her from wearing a mask, and that she was discriminated against. She also said she thinks masks are not effective.
Right.
I get shortness of breath, dizziness, and it messes with the heartbeat, Gil said.
That's just the methane from the cows.
Yeah. Or maybe just anxiety from hearing the feral peacock screams.
Yeah, maybe.
And I do have asthma as well, and I do get maskne, which is maskne, which is, I guess, acne from the mask. So there's several things going on, and not only that.
There's a term for mask acne.
Yes, maskne.
Maskne. Good
Lord. Get the fuck out of here.
She shared 2 pieces of paperwork to show that what she calls a medical exemption. A 2015 doctor's report that she shared shows analysis of her uterus and an ovarian cyst. What the fuck?
What the hell does that have anything to do with not being able to breathe?
And a handwritten note with a San Diego chiropractor's letterhead that she asked not to be shown on camera says she has underlying health conditions that prevent her from wearing a mask.
It's a chiropractor. It's
a chiropractor. It was discrimination, and everybody is okay with it and enabling and rewarding that kind of behavior, Gil says. She wants So she wants half the money donated, which was given to Gutierrez in cash last week, and is threatening to sue. She said the lawyers she's spoken to about taking her case are expensive, and she can't afford one yet. So she started her own GoFundMe to raise legal fees.
Yeah, I bet there's like nothing in that GoFundMe.
Because she's ridiculous.
Notice there's no link to the GoFundMe in this article. So
it didn't happen.
Well,
So when asked if she has any apology or message to the public, she replied, "No, absolutely not. I feel like I need the apology. I've been discriminated against. I'm the one who's sick."
Yeah.
Because Starbucks now requires customers to wear facial coverings or masks in all 9,000 of its company-owned American stores.
Right.
And the mandate supersedes local laws in some states or cities that might not require wearing one because it's private property.
Right.
So customers who refuse to wear a mask inside can order using delivery, the drive-thru, or curbside pickup. So she's got options. But instead, she decided to be a Karen, and now look where you at.
Well, poor Karen. Boo-hoo to you.
Yes. Oh, well.
You know, if she really needs to, she just, like, get the peacock, and it'll do that. It'll make a noise, and then you'll know. Well,
maybe at the Burger King drive-thru.
You know what she's going to need to do? You know what she needs to do? She needs to get those kids with the senior citizen stuff, so now she can get to Starbucks. They'll go in and they'll smuggle it out for her.
Yeah.
Or she can go ahead in disguise and everything and get the senior discount on top of it.
No, that way she won't have to wear a mask, but she can pay the kids and they can get it for her. You know, if you find stuff like this and stories like this on the Squares of the Roundtable podcast page, we also share wacky things like the fact that there's a place right now where you can buy accordions limit 2 per family, or there are women who do crazy stunts while in the middle, crazy acrobatics and contortionists while they're in the middle of making a Rubik's cube that they fully figure out. That all that kind of stuff happens on the Squares of the Roundtable Facebook page, as well as our next story. Mike's doing this on purpose.
What?
Because this is exactly the kind of story that I should be reading. It's the last story I should read.
There's your moment.
This is the last story I should be reading. Because here we go. Body. This is from Mike. By the way, I want to point that out. I didn't find this one. Mike found this one. Body found by the railroad tracks turns out to be a sex doll. This happened in Allenhurst, Georgia. Liberty County officials believe they were set up on Tuesday when they thought a dead body turned out to be a sex doll. Around 2 p.m., not far from Delavan Road in the Liberty Sheriff's Office, Detective Mike Albrechen said the officers found an object lay on the side of the railroad tracks, but by policy, the law enforcement officers do not touch a deceased person until the coroner arrives. So they placed a sheet over the suspect and waited. When the coroner arrived, the detectives began to check injuries. Immediately discovered the body was of a female sex doll. That was anatomically correct with real skin and features and was fully dressed. They say they have never encountered a situation like this. Obviously, they never met the cows with the message.
Give me
doesn't say anything else about that. That story sounds as about amusing as a story that I had on my personal page. I don't know if you caught this or not, but apparently our good friend, the mayor of Chicago, Mayor Lightfoot, got into it with the White House press secretary, and at that point called. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is at that point, Lightfoot called her Karen. Oh. And that's not really the reason. And the music part is that's not really the reason I'm bringing this up. The reason I'm bringing this up is what the Sun-Times. This is a major newspaper in the world. The Chicago Sun-Times. Quote from the Chicago Sun-Times. After the fact, talking about that, our Mayor Lightfoot had called the press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, a Karen. Here it is. This is in the article. According to the UrbanDictionary.com, Karen is, quote, a stereotypical name associated with rude, obnoxious, insufferable middle-aged white women.
That is correct.
That's correct.
And here comes the next part that's fun. A source close to Lightfoot confirmed to the Chicago Sun-Times that Lightfoot used Karen in that context.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay.
No, you're missing the part that's amusing about this. The
What's
Chicago
that?
Sun-Times, in print, had to define the concept of Karen, and then ask for confirmation from the mayor of Chicago.
Can you confirm that the insufferable middle-aged white woman is the
Karen you speak of?
Can we confirm that this is why the use of the word Karen and why? I swear to God, this is stuff they did not teach us in journalism school. I'm telling you that right now.
No.
I either slept through that day, missed it. I don't know, but I'm telling you that did not happen. That was not no. I mean, it just blows my mind what you can fight. What happens now? It's crazy. So yeah, I thought that was kind of amusing. So that happened.
that's what it's become.
That happened. Maybe it wasn't really a Karen. Maybe it was just a sex doll. Anyway,
Karen.
What do we got now? What do we got now, Mike?
Here's a sweet story that I found from WMUR.
Oh.
A Pennsylvania couple didn't know they had house guests until lines of fresh honey started dripping down the walls of their home's mudroom.
Oh my God.
What?
Andrea Isabel and her husband Justin have lived in their 100-year-old home in Parkansas for 5 years and told CNN they hadn't had any major issues with it, apart from the run-of-the-mill repairs that come in owning an older home. But on Friday, Andrea said her neighborhood received heavy rain from Tropical Storm Faye, so they thought the streams coming down the wall were water damage. But Saturday morning, the couple took a closer look and realized liquid was actually fresh honey.
What?
Wow.
We've never heard any buzzing or anything, she said. When we saw the stream coming down the wall, we just kind of worked our way up. She said she made it to their bedroom window and looked outside where she found honeybees entering and exiting an opening along her roof. In a video posted on Facebook, Justin offered a comical homeowner's tutorial called "How to Tell If You Have a Bee Issue." So, and she noticed these streaks coming down our wall, and we could not figure out what it was. So he took the finger across gave it a lick. Yep, that's honey. The honey streams have traveled from the attic through the second story, the main floor, and now down to the basement, according to Andrea. So Alan Latanzi, a general contractor and beekeeper for 8 years, looked at the home Saturday and estimated the colony has anywhere from 20 to 30,000 bees.
Oh my God!
In the house.
Wow.
I think water got into the colony and washed the nectar out of the comb and made it more liquefied, and that's what was running down the wall, according to Latanzi. Andrea cleaned the honey from the floor to the midway point of the wall and said she doesn't seem to be a continuous stream. So anyway, today they will extract the colony from the home and take it to a bee yard on his property because he says that obviously bees are endangered. We want to be able to save the colony and rehome them appropriately and carefully. But the damage done to the house to extract it was concerning. During the assessment on Saturday, Andrea said Latanzi estimate the repairs will cost about $3,000. Something she said her homeowner's insurance most likely won't cover because you sign the lease and you're like, okay, we need homeowner's insurance. Okay, let's see, fire, tornado, maybe tropical storm. No honeybees. No, the honeybees are not on the insurance form. So
no, that's an act of God. We don't have.
They're right next to screeching.
An act of what's the name of the honeybee from Honey Nut Cheerios? Does it dude got a name?
I don't think so.
No, it's just the Honey Nut Cheerios honeybee. That's all his name.
Right.
He doesn't have a name. How about that?
Oh.
So right now, Andrea said, right now I feel mostly safe because the bees haven't gained access inside, so they're just doing their thing, and they're high up on the roof. No one's been stung, so I guess that's why I feel confident and calm. But at least, 30,000 bees.
Well, put it this way, that's 30,000 bees more than we had before. That's a good thing.
Honey.
In a way.
Oh, honey. I'll just crawl up into the attic and eat the honey.
That sounds a bit...
Okay.
With my Whopper.
With my Whopper.
My fartless Whopper. My Whopper.
Fartless Whopper piglet. I just can't...
Well, if any of that sounds something, our next story is probably the hottest story that we've had in a long time.
Really?
That's
hot.
has been shared 56 times since we put it up.
Wow. That's cool.
That we've had a few really hot posts over the history of the Squares page. This is one of the hotter ones.
You know what? That Jason Todd crowbar meme's still getting traction.
Yeah, it's still getting traction. Yeah. The last time we got this much traction was the thing about the smelling farts thing or whatever the heck it was, from a while back. But this one's right up there, ladies and gentlemen. You can buy arms for your chicken.
I saw that.
You can buy arms for your chicken.
Have a great photo with your chicken. You can buy arms for your chicken.
Apparently you can buy arms for your chicken. The arms are available on Etsy, and you can basically there's a wire, and you put it on the back of your chicken.
Yeah, just go. It's harmless.
And you add the wires
painless.
Across the back, and then the chicken has arms.
Yeah, it looks like a cartoon like chicken. Like, oh, do you want to make something of it, you beluga?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing missing is the hat.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I thought there'd be more to
this. Or a striped sweater, make him look like a bruiser.
Here's the real question: why?
Why not?
Why not?
That's the question.
I think that's the real. Yeah. Well, that becomes the answer to the why. Is that he to say it is why not? You know how this show. You know what happened. There was somebody intaking a whole bunch of the cow's methane from that Burger King thing, and they thought this would be funny as fuck.
Somebody was smoking it.
Or got some teenager got a hold of some liquor after dressing up as a senior citizen.
Actually, yeah, they got a hold of the liquor, then they were smelling the methane from the cows. And there you go. Hey, as long as we're screwing around with cows at the moment, why don't we make the cheese?
I got this.
Give chicken arms.
Cow farts.
Creepy. That's creepy that they have arms. What if they could actually use the arms? Holy crap, that's the last thing we need. That's a horror film idea gone bad.
Animatronic chicken arms.
Oh, yeah, that's the last thing.
A chicken with robotic arms.
There we go.
Robo chickens.
Cyborg chickens.
Cyborg chicken. Hey, could be.
Right, so
Cyborg chicken could be the sidekick to Cyborg. Cyborg chicken.
By the way, another story about women with masks. This is a video. I didn't fully see the video yet, but it is up on the Squares page, this is from, I believe, the Sacramento CBS local, and there's a video explaining more about this. There was a woman who refused to leave her Verizon store in the area because she wasn't wearing a mask, and so when that happened, apparently she decided to urinate on the floor in the Verizon store.
What are we, savages?
Why? Apparently.
Because we can.
Apparently.
Because we can.
Maybe we should make sure that we get a GoFundMe going for the people who had to deal with the cleanup.
At the Verizon, the cleanup crew.
Yeah, the Verizon. They'll get
they're going to get $200,000 to clean up her mess.
Yeah, the Sacramento CBS local. There's a video. The video. There's the transcript of the police dispatch, and then they show a video of the floor of the Verizon store with the puddle on the dark spot on the carpet. Like, come on.
Good Lord. All right, what else we got?
The only one I got one left is one I posted today. This is from Newsweek. Now, a man, like, you win the lottery, you got to be careful because you got family members coming out of the woodwork, and they're going to want to be looking for that money. They're going to want. You ever see that? Didn't there was a comedy called Lottery Ticket, I think, where the misadventures of like a young man who had gotten a lottery ticket, and he had friends and family coming out of the woodwork to appease him. So anyway, on Friday, a Jamaican lottery winner, W. Brown, dressed up as Darth Vader to pick up his $95 million jackpot to keep his identity a secret.
Wow, that was smart.
Use the Force.
Yes, right. Brown said he hid his real identity because he kept mostly to himself and hadn't told anyone about his jackpot win, according to Jamaica Gleaner. Brown wanted to make the right decision first before spending any of the lottery winnings. I want to decide what is the best thing to do before spending anything. I need to decide.
He needs an orbital platform.
That's right. He needs a space station to
it's
rule
too
the
big
galaxy.
to be a space station.
That's right. Too big to be a space
He needs
station.
to invest in fartless cows.
Yeah. Well, there's a disturbance in the Force.
That's right. But I know he said he wants to own a bus, not a orbiting space station. With a super weapon that can destroy planets.
Okay.
Interesting.
So anyway, Mr. Brown, or Mr. Vader, recently bought the winning ticket at the D-Ends Sports Bar in May Pen in Jamaica. The winning numbers are nearly the same ones Brown had been choosing for the past 20 years. His picks are based on rakes and their meanings. In Jamaican culture, a rake is a premonition, or a dream, or omen that foreshadows what will happen. Says, life has always been very rough. I come from a poor family. Sometimes I couldn't attend school because my parents didn't have it. But I told myself that God will help me one day so I can help my family, including my twin son and daughter, who have been sent away. I wasn't allowed to see them. They were raised by a farm boy and also a dignitary on Alderaan. So.
Okay.
You better be careful once before she blows, buddy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Supreme Ventures Vice President Gail Abrahams of Marketing, Communication, and Sponsorship said handled the large $95 million check to Brown, addressed as Darth Vader. According to its official website, Supreme Ventures Limited, that sounds like an imperial company right there, man.
There
Supreme Ventures Limited. Supreme Ruler. No disintegrations. Has developed gaming brands and entertainment companies across the Caribbean and Jamaica. Currently has about 11 lottery games playing.
That's good. Well, good on him. $95 million.
Because Assistant Vice President Simone, according to the explained as to why to the Star as to why the lottery winner wore a disguise, several Jamaicans do not want their faces broadcasted because of the rampant crime in their country.
Speaking of stupid and things that I consider almost a crime against humanity, remember Jeremy Roenick, the Chicago Blackhawk who used to play here? Well, apparently a while back that, with all the stuff that was going on, he got dropped from NBC Sports. For all like the Me Too and all that stuff like that. Well, now he's suing NBC Sports, claiming anti-straight discrimination.
Anti-straight?
What?
He's not fabulous enough.
Jeremy Roenick filed a wrongful termination suit in New York Supreme Court against the network, claiming he was discriminated against for being a straight man and an outspoken supporter of Donald Trump. Roenick's lawsuit, which reported by Variety, stems from the network's decision to fire the former NHL star, following comments he made on the Barstool Sports podcast, which he joked about having a threesome with his wife and coworker Catherine Tappan. Good job there, Jeremy. Good job there, JR. Now you're gonna sue. God, poor. This is just the obscureness. And the reason why this all makes me laugh is our final story today. There's news from CBS that there may be 36 more intelligent alien civilizations in the Milky Way, according to scientists.
Where their cows don't fart.
Well, the amusing part is I've heard from quite a few people when I posted this. Can we go there instead? Can they take us away from here? I'm like, why would they want to take us away from here?
They're smart enough to leave us alone.
Yeah, leave us alone and get the hell away.
Are you kidding? They're watching us on their televised system.
What are you talking about? They landed and they went, I smell nothing. I don't know why.
I smell cow farts, so I'm getting out of here.
I smell
I don't like this.
And what's that squawking giant bird with all the feathers? I'm out of here.
All these Karens at the Starbucks who won't wear the masks. Urinating at the Verizon store.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope, they're smart enough to just like watch us with their space telescopes and be like, man, them humans be cray-cray.
Yeah. Well.
I am not.
Is this some like mathematical computation? Because like the law of averages of like number of planets or number of solar systems that can contain planets that would support our kind of life. Is that what this is about?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I was just impressed by the fact that there's apparently life elsewhere, because God knows life here is pretty whacked out.
Well, I think they almost kind of tried to. NASA almost remember when they went to Mars and they found like fossilized bacteria in the Martian rocks. Right. And, like life existed outside of Earth.
Well, apparently, Mike, if you go to Uranus, you find cow methane that apparently we use to get out of burgers, and then maybe made by our friend D's. You know, D's nuts. Oh God. Take us with you. We need to leave this planet.
Take your $95 million.
Get out of this place.
Dressed as Darth Vader, and take your $95 million and get out.
Yeah,
we got to get out.
Speaking of getting out, how do if we need to get out of here and people want to send us wacky stuff besides Scott? How can they do that?
We're on Instagram and Twitter. We're on YouTube. Click the bell. That way you'll subscribe and you'll know when we get new content comes your way. And then all these crazy stories are obviously on the Squares Roundtable Facebook page. And we've got this podcast thing. It's all over there on the internet. It's YouTube, Google, Spotify, Podbean, Anchor, Apple. And email us if you'd like, or send us a DM or a PM or one of those kind of messages things through the Facebook or the Instagrams. Email us.
Don't pee on the floor.
Yes. Don't pee on the floor, please. We ask not to pee on the floor on our floor,
no,
please.
Don't
otherwise,
do that.
Ivan's the custodian. We'd have him do it.
Mm-hmm. What? Okay. What?
SOTRTpodcast@gmail.com.
We all better get to sleep before the squeaking freaking stupid peacock starts.
If we see the honey running down the walls.
Yeah, seriously, or something. Yeah, that sounds like a horror film.
Not the bees! Like the
Dad or the Karens will start knocking on the door wondering where their coffee is.
I ain't serving no coffee to no Karens.
I ain't serving no Karens. I ain't serving no Karens. Jesus walking in, looking for 100 mil. Who are you going to call? Starbucks.
Yeah, apparently not. Well, not Starbucks, but yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
Yep, we'll see you in August. Take care, folks.